Most men think attraction comes from looks, money, or confidence. But have you ever noticed that some average-looking guys seem to attract women effortlessly? It's not because they know secret pick-up lines. It's because they have social skills that make people feel good around them. And the best part? These skills can be learned by anyone. Today, I'm going to show you 5 social skills that instantly make you more attractive to women. Not tricks, not manipulation. Just simple behaviors that completely change how people see you. Let's get started. Number 1. Listen with full attention. One of the rarest social skills today is genuine attention. Most men think attraction begins with saying the perfect thing, having the perfect story, or knowing exactly how to impress a woman. But the truth is that most people spend their entire lives waiting to be understood, and very few ever experience what it feels like to have someone truly listen. Think about your own life for a second. How many conversations do you have where someone is completely present with you? How many times do people interrupt you halfway through a sentence because they are already preparing their response? How many times do people hear your words but completely miss what you are actually trying to say? The answer is probably not often. And that is exactly why this skill is so powerful. When you give someone your full attention, you immediately separate yourself from the crowd, because most men are competing for attention while the strongest men know how to give it. There is something deeply attractive about a person who can sit calmly, focus completely, and make another person feel heard, not because they are trying to get something in return, but because they are secure enough to stop performing and start observing. This is where many men get trapped. They enter conversations with an agenda. They are thinking about whether she likes them, whether they sound confident, whether they look interesting, whether they are making the right impression. Meanwhile, the entire conversation becomes centered around themselves. They are physically present, but mentally trapped inside the The result is that they miss opportunities that are right in front of them. They miss emotions hidden beneath words. They miss details that reveal someone's character. They miss chances to build genuine connection. The disciplined man approaches conversations differently. He becomes curious. He studies people. He pays attention to patterns. He notices what excites someone, what worries them, what they avoid talking about, and what causes their eyes to light up. Instead of rushing to be interesting, he becomes interested. And ironically, that is exactly what makes him interesting. Think about the person you enjoy talking to the most. Chances are, it is not the loudest person in the room. It is probably someone who makes you feel understood. Someone who remembers things you told them weeks ago. Someone who asks thoughtful questions. Someone who makes you feel like what you say matters. That is the effect you want to create. Not because it helps you attract women, but because it transforms every relationship in your life. It improves friendships. It improves business opportunities. It improves family relationships. It improves leadership. This is not just a dating skill. This is a life skill. Start practicing today. When someone speaks, stop planning your response. Focus entirely on understanding them. Ask yourself what they mean instead of what you should say next. Pay attention to emotions, not just words. Remember details. Write them down later if you need to. Build the habit of observation. Over time, people start noticing something different about you. Conversations become deeper. Relationships become stronger. Opportunities appear from unexpected places. And there is another benefit most men never consider. When you stop obsessing over how you're being perceived, You become calmer. You become more grounded. You become less dependent on validation. That shift changes far more than your social life. It changes the way you move through the world. And in a moment, we're going to talk about the trait that makes all of this even more powerful, because attention alone is not enough. Without the next skill, many men still sabotage themselves without realizing it. Number 2, stay calm under pressure. Calmness is attractive, not because it looks impressive, but because it is incredibly rare. Most men are controlled by circumstances. Their mood changes with every inconvenience. Their confidence rises when things go well and disappears when things go badly. One compliment lifts them up. One criticism ruins their day. One unanswered text consumes their thoughts for hours. They are constantly reacting, constantly chasing certainty, constantly searching for control in situations they cannot control. But the strongest men understand a simple truth. Life becomes easier when you stop trying to control everything outside yourself and start mastering what is happening within you. Think about how many problems in your life have been created by emotional reactions rather than actual events. A difficult conversation becomes an argument because someone reacts too quickly. A small setback becomes a crisis because someone refuses to stay composed. A promising opportunity disappears because fear takes over at the wrong moment. The calm man is not calm because life is easy. He is calm because he has trained himself to respond instead of react. He understands that every challenge reveals character. Every uncomfortable situation becomes practice. Every setback becomes an opportunity to strengthen discipline. Imagine two men walking into the same situation. Both face criticism, both face uncertainty, both face pressure. One immediately becomes defensive. He explains himself, he argues, he seeks approval. The other listens carefully, takes a breath, considers the information, and responds thoughtfully. Which one appears stronger? Which one earns more respect? Which one would you trust with responsibility? The answer is obvious. Yet most men continue acting in ways that weaken their own position. They mistake emotional reactions for strength when true strength often looks surprisingly quiet. Start building this skill deliberately. Slow down your responses. Pause before speaking when emotions rise. When something frustrating happens, ask yourself whether the problem truly deserves your energy. Most of the time, the answer is no. Develop routines that strengthen discipline. Exercise regularly. Keep promises to yourself. Wake up when you say you will. Finish tasks even when motivation disappears. Every small act of self-discipline strengthens your ability to remain composed when life becomes difficult. And here is something worth thinking about. Why are some men constantly shaken by the opinions of others, while others remain steady regardless of external circumstances? The answer often comes down to purpose. A man with clear goals has less time to obsess over what people think. He knows where he is going. He knows what matters. He understands that temporary discomfort is part of growth. This mindset changes everything. It changes how you handle relationships. It changes how you handle setbacks. It changes how you handle success. Because success itself can become a distraction if you are not grounded. The calm man remains focused during victories and challenges alike. He does not allow either to control him. And when people encounter that level of stability, they naturally respect it. They trust it. They are drawn to it. But there is another skill that amplifies calmness and attention into something even more powerful. It is the ability to communicate with clarity and purpose, and that is where many men unknowingly lose influence every single day. Number 3, speak with purpose. Many people talk too much. They explain too much. They justify too much. They fill every gap with unnecessary words because they are uncomfortable with uncertainty. Yet the men who command attention rarely do this. They understand that communication is not about speaking constantly. It is about making every word count. Think about the conversations that leave the strongest impression on you. They are rarely the ones where someone talked endlessly. They are usually the ones where someone spoke clearly, directly, and with conviction. Their words had weight because they were connected to action. This is where many men struggle. They want others to see them as confident, but their communication reveals doubt. They constantly seek agreement. They soften every opinion. They apologize for every viewpoint. They explain themselves repeatedly. They ask for permission to exist. And, without realizing it, they teach others how to perceive them. The disciplined man understands that confidence is communicated through clarity. He says what he means. He stands behind his words. He accepts that not everyone will agree with him. That acceptance is incredibly freeing because it removes the need to perform. Imagine sitting across from someone who speaks slowly, thoughtfully, and directly. They are not trying to impress you. They are not desperately seeking approval. They are simply expressing what they believe. There is something powerful about that presence. It creates trust because authenticity is becoming increasingly rare. Start paying attention to your own communication. Notice how often you speak out of habit rather than intention. Notice how often you explain things that do not need explaining. Notice how often you seek validation through conversation. Then begin simplifying. Speak clearly. Make your point. Stop. Let your words breathe. Allow people to think. Allow yourself to think. Develop opinions through experience rather than copying what everyone else believes. Read more. Reflect more. Write down your thoughts. Challenge your assumptions. Ask yourself difficult questions. What kind of man are you becoming? What standards do you live by when nobody is watching? What habits are shaping your future right now? What excuses have you accepted for far too long? Questions like these create transformation because they force honesty, and honesty is where growth begins. Consider the man who says he wants a better life but never creates a plan. Consider the man who says he wants confidence but avoids every uncomfortable challenge. Consider the man who says he wants respect but repeatedly abandons his own standards. The gap between words and actions reveals everything. That is why purposeful communication begins long before you open your mouth. It begins with how you live. When your actions and words align, people notice. They trust you more. They respect you more. And perhaps most importantly, you begin respecting yourself more. That internal shift changes the way you walk into a room, the way you handle opportunities, the way you approach relationships, and the way you face life's challenges. And as powerful as these first three skills are, something surprising happens when they start working together. Attention deepens connection. Calmness creates stability. Purposeful communication creates influence. Combined, they begin changing not only how others see you, but how you see yourself. And that transformation is only beginning. And if these questions are forcing you to look at your life differently, the Stoic Relationship Blueprint for Men, linked in the comments, and now available in audiobook format, gives you timeless principles you can return to for years to come while driving, training, commuting, or jogging, helping you build stronger discipline, healthier relationships, and a deeper sense of purpose, because this life-changing knowledge becomes yours forever. If you're serious about becoming the kind of man who leads himself with clarity and conviction, grab your copy today and comment Blueprint for early access to the Stoic Relationship Blueprint course for men, launching in the coming weeks and designed to help you apply these timeless lessons to your life, step by step. Number 4. Show genuine humor. Humor creates connection faster than almost anything else, not because people are looking for a comedian, but because people are looking for relief. Every person you meet is carrying something: pressure from work, stress about the future, doubts they never speak about, expectations they struggle to live up to, hidden disappointments, private fears, daily frustrations. And when someone enters a conversation and makes life feel lighter, for a few minutes, people naturally gravitate toward them. This is where many men misunderstand humor completely. They think humor is about memorizing jokes or constantly trying to be funny. They think attraction comes from making people laugh every 30 seconds. In reality, that approach often has the opposite effect because it places you in performance mode. You become focused on entertaining instead of connecting. Genuine humor comes from a different place. It comes from perspective. It comes from not taking every situation so seriously. It comes from being comfortable enough with yourself that you can enjoy the moment instead of constantly managing how others perceive you. Think about the people who naturally draw others in. They are rarely the people trying the hardest. They are usually relaxed. They notice things others miss. They point out the absurdity of situations everyone else overlooks. They create positive experiences simply because they are present. This is important because attraction is not only about how someone sees you. It is also about how someone experiences life when they are around you. Ask yourself a difficult question. When people leave a conversation with you, do they leave feeling lighter or heavier? Do they leave feeling energized or drained? Do they associate you with stress or with enjoyment? That answer reveals more than most men realize. Many spend years trying to improve their appearance while completely ignoring the emotional experience they create around others. Yet, emotional experiences are often what people remember most. Think about a man who walks into every conversation carrying frustration, bitterness, and negativity. Even if he has achievements, people gradually pull away. Now think about another man who faces challenges, works hard, remains disciplined, but still knows how to smile, laugh, and enjoy life. Which one would people naturally prefer spending time around? The answer is obvious. This is where discipline and humor become connected. The strongest form of humor comes from emotional control. Life gives you countless opportunities to become angry, offended, frustrated, or discouraged. The disciplined man learns to observe many of these situations differently. Instead of becoming consumed by every inconvenience, he develops perspective. He understands that many things simply do not deserve his energy. This creates a surprising freedom. You stop carrying unnecessary emotional weight. You become harder to disturb. You become easier to enjoy being around. And that changes relationships dramatically. Imagine being on a date and something unexpected happens. The restaurant gets the order wrong. The weather changes. Plans need to adjust. One man becomes irritated and complains for the next hour. Another laughs, adapts, and continues enjoying the evening. Which one demonstrates strength? Which one creates a better experience? Which one appears more confident? The answer becomes obvious when you see it play out in real life. This is why developing humor is not about learning punchlines. It is about learning perspective. Start paying attention to situations throughout your day. Notice things that are amusing. Notice things people take far too seriously. Learn to laugh at your own mistakes instead of becoming trapped by them. The man who can laugh at himself demonstrates a level of confidence many never achieve because he no longer needs to appear perfect. And perfection is exhausting. Authenticity is attractive because it removes pressure. It allows people to relax around you. It allows conversations to flow naturally. It allows connection to develop without force. There is another layer to this that many men overlook. Humor also reveals intelligence, not academic intelligence, social intelligence. It shows awareness, timing, observation, presence. You cannot create genuine humor if you are trapped inside your own thoughts. You must be paying attention. You must be engaged with what is happening around you, and that skill strengthens every area of your social life. Start small. Focus on enjoying conversations instead of controlling them. Focus on creating positive experiences instead of trying to impress. Focus on becoming the type of person who can remain light even while carrying responsibility. Because responsibility and joy are not opposites. The strongest men learn how to carry both. And once you develop that ability, people begin responding to you differently. But there is one final skill that ties everything together. And without it, many men spend their entire lives becoming whoever other people expect them to be. Number 5. Have your own opinions. One of the fastest ways to become forgettable is agreeing with everything. Many men spend years shaping their personalities around approval. They say what they think others want to hear. They hide parts of themselves to avoid criticism. They constantly adjust their beliefs depending on who is standing in front of them. At first, this seems harmless. It even seems polite. But over time, it creates a serious problem. You slowly lose connection with yourself. You stop asking what you actually think. You stop asking what you actually want. You become so focused on fitting in that you forget who you're trying to become. This is where real confidence begins. Not with loud behavior, not with dominance, not with trying to control other people. Real confidence begins when you stop abandoning your own values in exchange for acceptance. Think about how many decisions people make because they are afraid of standing alone. They stay in situations that no longer serve them. They tolerate behavior that violates their standards. They avoid speaking honestly because they fear disagreement. Yet every time you betray your own principles, betrayers, a price and try in turn. Finally, you lose self-respect, and without self-respect, lasting confidence becomes impossible. This is why having your own opinions matters so much. It is not about being argumentative. It is not about proving people wrong. It is about developing a clear sense of identity. It is about knowing what you believe and why you believe it. Imagine two men entering the same conversation. One constantly agrees with everyone. His personality changes depending on who is nearby. The other listens carefully, remains respectful, but speaks honestly when he has a different perspective. Which one appears more grounded? Which one seems more trustworthy? Which one seems more secure in himself? Again, the answer is obvious. People respect authenticity even when they disagree with it. Why? Because authenticity demonstrates courage. It shows that your identity is not dependent on constant approval. This becomes especially important in relationships. Many men make the mistake of believing attraction grows when they endlessly accommodate everyone around them. In reality, healthy attraction often grows when two people can be themselves honestly. If you pretend to be someone else, you may gain temporary approval, but eventually the truth appears. And when it does, the entire foundation becomes unstable. The disciplined man chooses a different path. He develops principles. He writes down his values. He decides what matters most. He creates standards for how he treats others and how he expects to be treated. Then he works to live according to those standards consistently. Notice the word consistently, because consistency is where transformation happens. Anyone can have values when life is easy. The challenge comes when those values cost something, when honesty becomes uncomfortable, when discipline becomes difficult, when patience is tested, when shortcuts become tempting. Those are the moments that reveal character. This is why personal growth is ultimately an internal process. The world constantly tries to pull your attention outward. It encourages comparison. It encourages distraction. It encourages chasing validation. But the strongest growth often happens when you turn inward and ask difficult questions. What habits are shaping your future right now? What excuses have you repeated for years? What responsibilities have you been avoiding? What goals have you postponed because they seem difficult? Write these questions down. Answer them honestly. Then break your goals into small actions. Stop waiting for motivation. Create routines. Create structure. Create accountability. Read more. Learn new skills. Improve your health. Improve your finances. Improve your relationships. Not because someone else demands it, but because your future depends on it. And here is what many men eventually discover. The more you build a meaningful life, the less you become obsessed with proving yourself. Your confidence becomes quieter. Your standards become stronger. Your decisions become clearer. You stop chasing every opportunity for validation because your focus shifts toward purpose. And purpose changes everything. It changes how you walk into a room. It changes how you spend your time. It changes the type of people you allow into your life. It changes the way you view challenges. Instead of seeing obstacles, you begin seeing opportunities for growth. Instead of seeing setbacks, you begin seeing lessons. Instead of asking why life is difficult, you begin asking what life is trying to teach you. And that shift separates those who drift through life from those who actively shape it. Because in the end, attraction is not really about attracting someone else. It is about becoming someone you can respect when nobody is watching. Someone who listens deeply. Someone who remains calm under pressure. Someone who speaks with purpose. Someone who brings positive energy into the lives of others. Someone who stands firmly on his principles. Build that man day by day, decision by decision, habit by habit, and you will discover that the transformation you were searching for was never outside of you. It was waiting for you to start. You're tired of drifting through life and ready to build the discipline, clarity, and self-respect that transform relationships and your future. Comment, "I choose discipline" below. Grab the Stoic Relationship Blueprint for Men, linked in the comments, now also available in audiobook format, so you can listen while walking, training, driving, or jogging. And like and subscribe to help more men discover these timeless truths before they lose years to confusion, poor decisions, and lessons that could have been avoided. The knowledge in this book and my upcoming course, launching in just a few weeks and built from over 2,000 years of battle-tested Stoic wisdom, challenges ideas that keep many men distracted and dependent on outside validation. And if you're ready to apply these principles to your life and relationships starting today, this may be the most important step you take all year.